It is so literally annoying. I cannot tell you why. There is a reflection of my shirt on my head as I'm recording. That is so freaking annoying. But anyways, guys, I guess we still gotta work with whatever we got. But yeah, so in the last video, I was telling you why I suppose this is happening. But I'm just gonna say it's the devil trying to stop me. But nah, I'm ready. I'm trying to get myself back together after being, being down for a couple of days, feeling sick. Now you see all towards the top of them trees, you can see the reflection of my shirt. Like, why? That's annoying. And if it ain't annoying y'all, I know it's annoying me. You see it? It's at the top. But yeah, so anyways, I'm getting back on my grind. I'm gonna go ahead. We gotta get to this goal. Y'all see the channel growing. I see the channel growing. I'm about to hit my first 1,000 watch hours. Like, girl, that has been a long time coming. I have been on this channel grinding for a long time, and to finally see that it is coming to pass. Wow, look at the clouds. That looks so massive. You see that little long stripe cloud? That is crazy. I mean, in real life, it just looks, I don't know. But anyway, it just looked like somebody took a piece of charcoal and just did like that across the sky, basically. Like I told y'all, God's artwork is like so wondrous. Every day is different. But anyways, what I was talking about is getting this channel going, because it has been so many challenges. It has been so many times that I've just been like, I need to just quit this whole situation, this whole vlogging, this whole channel, this whole everything, because it is not happening. It's hard as heck. It's not, I definitely didn't have an easy way of getting my channel monetized. Like, I see a lot of other people that, just jump on YouTube. They quickly get like supporters and stuff like that. They quickly get people subscribing, and then before you know it, their channel is taking off and they're making money and stuff. Meanwhile, I'm still grinding, still tied to a 9-to-5, and me and my daughter Money, we just literally had that conversation where I work too hard to be broke, and I literally cannot understand why I'm still broke. But I know why I'm still broke, because working does not do anything but get you the bare minimum. Steady going to a 9-to-5 is only going to let you break even, possibly. And what's so crazy, like, we're coming up on 10 years since I left the Super Center. Now, y'all know I left the Super Center not upon my own will, though I wanted to leave so badly. And I literally, that's the one job that I literally started hating myself because I worked there. I started hating my own existence, because my existence, every time that I woke up, meant that I knew that I had to return back to that job. So I literally started hating my own existence because I worked there. Okay, and we're coming up to 10 years. It's almost 10 years down to the date on my birthday, June the 5th. I was working at the Super Center in 2013. And y'all know I was going to see Ice Cube, one of my favorite old school hip hop stars. I love Ice Cube. Girl, y'all know it. Let me link in the description where we was hidden at Today Was a Good Day at my granddaughter's birthday party, right? That is my jam. And I even got Money knowing it. Money know every word to it. But I loved Ice Cube, like, to the core, because y'all already know I'm a hip-hop head to the core. And I love the essence of hip-hop. I don't necessarily love what hip-hop is today, but I love what it used to be. I love that it used to be a tool to shed light on situations. And I love that it was a tool to help bring about change. I don't know what it is now, but that's the hip-hop that I loved and fell in love with. I did have a verse that was called Sweet 16, and it was basically saying how I fell in love with hip-hop, but then basically hip-hop had changed on me, so I no longer was in love like that. But yeah, so anyways, we were supposed to go see Ice Cube and stuff. So I was going out to eat with my family, and then it was so rainy that day. It was rainy as I don't know what. I think I had on some Crocs. Went into another supercenter on my day off, and just like Craig, I fell. I went straight in that door and fell flat on the floor. Messed up my neck. That's why I have this neck injury like I do. That's why I have the different situations going on because of that. And it kind of changed my life forever, basically. But because I fell on their property, I was not allowed to use my health insurance. They were saying, no, because you fell on a company's property, you have got to use, you basically have got to sue the company for reimbursement to even get medical care. So, by force, I had to sue the company. And because I got hurt on their property, they proceeded to trying to fire me. I worked at a whole different store location, but I worked for the same company. So they proceeded to try to fire me. I went from being a person with no write-ups to a perfect work. Though I hate working and I hate being on a work shift, girl, I'm one of the best workers you'll ever come across. One of the best workers you'll ever come across. I do my job. I do my job plus several other people's jobs all together. You can depend on me. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna do my best to my ability, and you're gonna get your worth out of me coming working, right? But the problem is, y'all see the reflection real good now, right? That is so annoying, and I don't know why it's happening. But we were having a discussion about when I worked for the Supercenter back then in 2013. I think I was making about $13 and some odd change. And that was actually a good amount of money back then in 2013. I didn't hurt for nothing. I was able to take care of money. I was able to pay my rent. I was able to do this, that, and the other. And now think about it today. Well, okay, look, before we get to that, when I fell, I basically when I left, I had to go to find another job. But when you work on a job for so long, you build yourself up in that company. But if that company ever parts ways with you, you're starting over from ground zero. So I basically started over at minimum wage, which at the time, minimum wage was only $7 and something. It was only $7 and something. And I went to a theme park. Y'all know that was the theme park I work at now, it was only supposed to be a temporary job until I found something else, because I couldn't believe I was making half my freaking pay after being on the workforce for so long. I went down to making the theme park hired, I was a cashier, so they hired the cashiers at $7.50. And at the time, regular workers were coming in making $7.25. Literally, that was almost half my pay. Plus, I had lost all my benefits. I lost my 401k and I lost my stock. I lost everything. Basically, health insurance, all of it. I lost it in one whop by falling on the ground. And I lost my neck ability and all that other stuff. But all those years later, now we're coming up on the anniversary, June the 5th. It's going to be 10 years since I had my accident that basically changed my life. Changed my life. We'll be coming up on 10 years of that, right? And now, 10 years later, the average worker is making about $14 an hour. But to see that I'm making what I made 10 years ago, but today it's nothing. It doesn't amount to nothing. You could barely pay your rent on making $14 an hour today. And that's so crazy that within 10 years, that went from being a livable wage plus being able to take your child out, plus being able to go to visitation, plus being able to do this and that, to making more than that. Because remember I said at the super center I was only at 13 something, and I was living good. Now at 14 something and living, barely making it check, not even making it check to check, not even cutting even after your rent. There is something wrong with that. There is something utterly wrong. So that means if that's just the 10-year difference from 2013 when I fell to 2023, making the same amount, but it's basically nothing now. What happens when 2033 comes? Are we all gonna have to make not even, it is 24 hours, $24 an hour? Is that gonna be enough? Or are you gonna be making $24 an hour and still be barely making it? Like, is that the rate that we're going? Because every time I don't know, this is the one thing that I don't get. We get excited about them raising, minimum wage, giving raises, this and that. But we don't pay attention to the fact that every time they raise those things, everything else goes up exponentially. See, they add a few dollars on our paycheck, but then rent skyrockets, food prices skyrocket. Like, none of that is making sense to me. It's never evening out. It's never being the rate are equal. The rate that you made is equal to the amount that you have to spend out. It's to the point now you literally have got to work. It was back in the day, in the 90s, you needed to work maybe 2 jobs. So if you didn't have that super center job like I did, because the minimum wage was $7, you had to pick up a second job, right? But it's not even to that now. It's like literally to make it, you need to have 3 jobs. Can you imagine having 3 jobs? For me, I always used to work 2 jobs. But that was in my younger years when I was single mother. I was grinding. Your girl was steady going. But I'm getting older. I can't work 2 jobs. I can't even work the 1 job that I'm working now without being in utter pain when I come home, without my hands throbbing because I have arthritis and carpal tunnel, without my back feeling like it's collapsing. I get off of a shift. I can't pick up a paintbrush because my hands are so freaking numb from carrying trays and stuff like that. Or the different repetitive motions that you do at work. Like, that's so crazy. So over time, I haven't even done better. I've actually become worse off. And me and Money were having this conversation that I literally do not want her to go through that. I was listening to, I really can't remember her first name. There it is. LatoyaOkeiaPlease. Yes, and she was saying that she gonna show you, baby, how you better monetize your God-given gifts. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do. I do not believe that God, almost 42 years ago, or no, 43, because I would have been in my mama's womb, right? 43 years ago. No, yeah, somewhere around there, in between 42 and 43 years, right? I don't believe he said, I'm going to create this being named Keita Dixon, and I'm going to have her work. I want her to work at all these different jobs that do not support her or her family, and that do not utilize all the gifts that I've instilled in her. All the gifts of art, all the different abilities, her gift of rapping, her gift of poetry, her gift of painting, her gift of all of this that I've given her. She doesn't utilize any of it. in the job that she does. And I'm going to create her to just work check to check to check, just so she barely survives. Barely makes it. Makes it, but barely. Girl, I do not believe that is what God had in mind when he created your girl. Therefore, I believe these jobs are just a freaking distraction to keep you from your purpose. Yes, I got a purpose. And that's what aggravates me so much, because I know I got a purpose. I know God gave me these gifts for a purpose. And for me, I really believe my purpose is justice. Because I've had a lot of unjust things happen to me and happen around me, just as that slip and fall, that was injustice. You mean to tell me because you have your store unsafe, not one, you injure me because of your negligence, and then two, you don't even pay it. You don't pay me nothing, and you try to fire me. You write me up until I just decide to leave, because I know I'm worth more than that. So, because I get hurt, I get punished. That's injustice. I have had to pay, I have permanent injuries in my neck. And I got injured in my 30s. My early 30s, I was only turning 32. Got permanently injured at 32 years old. And all they did was fire me. They claimed they didn't fire me because I left, but you sure made it where I couldn't stay. But you say I left, right? Okay. That's like terrorizing somebody that lives with you, because you let them live with you, so you terrorize them, right? And they'll say, oh, well, they just left. No, they didn't just leave. You kept terrorizing them, so of course they're going to leave. But I said all that to say, baby girl, I got to get off this workshop. I don't know how much more time I have left on this earth, but I literally cannot spend no more years working on nobody's job just to barely make ends meet. Not with all the talents, the gifts, and abilities that God has given me. I cannot do that no longer. Cannot. So, thank you guys. Y'all got me. I'm going to post my analytics. I think I might have already posted that I'm getting close to my first 1,000 watch time hours. Despite everything, despite the losing of the phone, despite this little glare at the top of this tablet, despite the fact that you can't even see my face, girl, because this thing don't want to record when the sun going down. But despite all of that, y'all have been rocking with your girl. And no matter what, we're going to get this channel monetized. Even if it had to take 10 years. 10 years to be monetized. It's going to get monetized. And through this channel, I'm going to continue Project Reach the World. Because I'm going to break the story of my husband being wrongfully convicted. Because that's something I want freedom from as well. Almost more than I want his freedom, I want my freedom from that situation. So we're going to break that story. And we are going to use this platform to help others that have been silenced through different situations. I believe that is the purpose that God placed me on this planet 42 years ago. Come 2 days from now. Girl. Anyways, I do have on Facebook, I have a birthday fundraiser that I am doing for Florida Innocence Project. I accident, and it's so crazy. I never intended on setting it up. I just clicked on something. It on Facebook, it was saying that Keita your birthday is coming up, why not consider doing a fundraiser? And it showed me my friends that have done other fundraisers, the companies they have done them with. And of course it showed that, and I just went to click on it to look at more information, and it literally just set it up. And I'm like, okay. And then when I set it up, surprisingly enough, somebody donated to it. I'm like, what? So I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. I don't know how much I can, I don't have a lot of reach, but I got some. That's a mosquito. I got some, so let's use whatever little bit I can do, because a little makes a lot. If I don't have much reach, I don't have a loud voice, I don't have a big enough audience, but all of us together, Project Reach the World can reach this world, right? All right, guys, my walk is over. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to get out. The little shine is aggravating me. Don't know where it's coming from, but all right, guys, it's your girl Cadillac.